Everybody says that muscle cars don't go around corners. Tell that to Mark Stielow and his Red Devil Camaro around the Nürburgring.
Hello guys, and welcome to another video here at Machine Head Racing. Today we're going to be reviewing Mark Stielow's 1969 Red Devil Camaro. Those who played Gran Turismo 6 may already be familiar with this car, as it was one of the SEMA award-winning cars and therefore was included in the game. We don't have it in GT7, so we might as well create it ourselves. If you love Pro Touring style cars, you owe a big debt of gratitude to Mark Stielow. This GM engineer helped to launch the movement during the Power Tour back in the 90s with his highly modified Camaros. The Camaro we are reviewing today is known as the Red Devil. 2010 CR1 Corvettes were known internally in GM as Blue Devil, so with basically the same engine power in this Camaro, Red Devil seemed like an appropriate name for Mark Stielow. Red Devil's power plant is based on an LS7 block with an LS9 cylinder head, an induction with a modified supercharger generating 10 psi of boost, cranking the horsepower up to an estimated 110 horsepower. The transmission is a Tremec 6-speed connected by an aluminum drive shaft to a Corey 9-inch differential. Inside, it has 3.25 to 1 gears on an Eaton Detroit True Track LSD. The front suspension is a Detroit Speed and Engineering front clip and a Quadra-Link rear suspension kit, as well as a rear mini-top kit. Front and rear sway bars for good measure were included as well. With adjustable tubular control arms on all four corners, working in conjunction with remote reservoir double adjustable shock absorbers, Mark's car represents the ultimate in first-gen Camaro platform handling. Mark turned to the GM catalog for his brake parts. Up front, there are 355mm rotors gripped by Brembo 6-piston calipers. Similarly huge 345mm rotors are found behind the rear wheels. 4-piston Brembo calipers get the job done there. And if it weren't impressive enough, Mark also added hardware and software needed to graft in a 06 Corvette anti-lock braking system. So we actually have ABS in this old Camaro. To finish all off, the car was painted in 2010 Volkswagen Salsa Red. Alright, so to start this build, we are going to install the engine swap. In this case, it's the LT4 Camaro, which is the closest one that we can get to any LS-based platform for the Camaro itself. We're going to go with the Sport Soft tires. And you will see a common thread here. Everything is going to be fully customized as it is in real life. So fully customized suspension, fully customized differential, fully customized ECU, and fully customized transmission. For the suspension, we are going to set it the front height adjustment at 120 and 130 in the back. For the anti-roll bars, we are going to set them 10 at the front and 8 in the back. For the compression damping ratio, we're going to set it at 35 in the front and 30 in the back. And for the expansion damping ratio, we're going to set it at 45 in the front and 40 in the back. The natural frequency, we're going to set it up 2.4 in the front and 2.30 in the back. We want the car to be a little bit stiffer than stock. And for the camber, we're going to go with 1.5 in the front and 2.5 in the back. For the toe angle, we're going to leave it as neutral in the front and 0.2 in the back. For the differential, we're going to set it the initial torque at 20, acceleration sensitivity at 10, and braking sensitivity at 20. For the output adjustment, we're going to set it at 84 so that we can land on 810 horsepower, which is what the car has today in real life. We are also going to add some ballast, so 50 kilograms of ballast to leave the car as close to 50-50 weight distribution as possible. We're going to set the power restrictor at 99. And for the transmission, we're going to set the max speed at 320 kilometers per hour. Up next, we're going to install the racing intercooler and the high-end torque supercharger. For intake and exhaust, we're going to install the racing air filter. We're going to leave the muffler normal because we don't want any tubes sticking out of the car to keep the looks as clean and sleek as possible. For the exhaust manifold, we're going to go with the racing one. For brakes, as we mentioned in the initial description, this car has massive Corvette brakes, so we are going to go with the carbon option and we are going to go with racing race pads. I also installed the brake controller, but to tell you the truth, I really don't use it that much with this current setup. For clutch and flywheel, we're going to go with the racing version, and we're going to be installing the carbon propeller shaft. For the engine tuning, we're going to do bore up, engine balance tuning, polished ports, titanium connecting rods and pistons, and racing crankshaft. For the bodywork modifications, we are going to go with all of the wear reductions, and also we are going to increase the body rigidity. I also went ahead and installed the wide body kit for this car as well, in order to get the wider tires to give it the aggressive Pro Touring look that we are looking for. Alright guys, so here we go, once again, with the Red Devil Camaro down the Nürburgring. Starting here at the main straight, as we go across start and finish line through Sabine Schmidt's curve. Little bit of oversteer. Keeping it nice and tidy here. Third gear, down to second. Little bit over the curve. Little bit of oversteer. Once again, we have to be really careful with this car, and it's 810 horsepower. If you get way too happy with your right foot, it can bite you back immediately. But other than that, the car is really stable. You will see across the whole lap that the car has great acceleration, great stability. It's very well planted, and it has a lot of lateral grip for a 60s car. It's not something that you will see with any other muscle car here in GT7. We just made it out of Flugplatz and we are heading towards Schwedenkreuz. Full speed down the straight. Over the jump, you can see how well planted the car is and how stiff the suspension is as well. As we head down Arenberg, and we start going down towards the Volkswagen. Up to 4th gear, in order to keep better traction as we head down the hill. A bit of braking before reaching the compression. Down to 3rd gear, down to 2nd gear. Keep it nice and tidy here in Adenauer. Again, a little bit of oversteer, almost sends that out of the track, but we managed to keep the car under control. As we head on towards Metzgefeld, using absolutely every inch of the track, down to 2nd gear. And we keep it in 2nd gear because it's faster than upshifting, hitting the rev limiter a little bit. Up to 3rd as we head down to Piff Puff. Very careful here as the camber can really upset the car. Full mid-hit miss, very tidy line through here. Down to 2nd gear as we head towards the slowest corner of the circuit. As you can see, the car is not understeer at all. It's really pointy. So with a little bit of less full braking, you can really position the car in any way you want to make it through the corners. Down to 2nd gear here, modulating the throttle. Lots of wheel spin, up to 3rd gear. Burn in those rear tires as we fight for grip. Up to 4th. Beautiful misshift, thank you Fanatec. Stick shift here. Making it out of Bergwerk in one piece as we start our climb in the back straight. Up to 4th gear. Flat out through here, trying to modulate the throttle a little bit before entering this corner, as you can easily lose control. And we are going to keep it in 4th all the way up.
As we head towards Smooth Curve, or Courage Corner. Down to 3rd gear. Keep the foot planted to maintain traction and avoid hitting the outside wall. Side strike it. Braking down to 2nd gear. Tidy through here. Trying to avoid oversteer. And flat out as we head up the hill through the carousel. Down to 2nd gear once again. Keep it pinned to the lower part of the corner. And as soon as we see the exit, flat out up to 3rd gear. Spinning the tires all the way up the hill. Using all the track and a little bit more. Down to 2nd gear here. Quickly up to 3rd gear to keep traction as much as possible. We go through Whipperman here, using all of the curve on the inside. Still in 3rd gear. Heading down to Brunchen now, as we take the right turn up the YouTube corner. We're arriving at Eiskurve now. We missed the apex there. Up to 3rd gear. Heading down to the jump, brake a little bit before the jump and a little bit after the jump, keep the car under control. 2 flaps Garden 2. Up to 4th gear as we head down the roller coaster. Keeping the car within the limits, partial throttle, and now flat out, down to 3rd gear. Keep it close to the apex, keep it in 3rd gear, use all the track, and now down to 2nd gear to the mini carousel. Up to 3rd as we go over the crest, little bit of left foot braking, and now preparing to accelerate flat out through the back straight. Beautiful misshift here, sorry for that, as we carry on down to the straight. Up to 5th gear now. And as we go under the Bilstein Bridge, we're going to be going around 320 kilometers per hour. Braking down to 4th through the compression. Down to 3rd, down to 2nd gear, engine braking as much as we can, throwing the car over the curb. Last corner before the main straight, fighting the oversteer here as we go through the finish line. So let's see how the Devil Camaro did around the Nürburgring. Alright, so we did it in 7 minutes, 12 seconds, 0.06. This is going to put us very close to the Lamborghinis that we have tested before. So let's see the ranking board. Yeah, so that's right. We are around 10 seconds behind the Roof Yellowbird and just a couple of tenths above the Walter Wolf Lamborghini Countach. Alright guys, that's all that we had for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like Camaros and you like Pro Touring, I have more than 20 Camaros that I have created here in GT7. Some of them are Mark Stielow, some of them are other hot rods and Pro Touring machines. So make sure to leave a like, follow the channel if you're not subscribed yet, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Bye.